Hi, my name is Felipe, a sales engineer at Insightly, and today I'm going to show how we can use Insightly AppConnect to enable cross-object workflows between products. The use case is that we have a customer that has multiple email campaigns for their different users. They have specific campaigns for outreach, new sales, and lastly for customers that have already been onboarded. So what we want to do is make sure that the right customers are getting the right emails. To do this, we'll be automatically updating the customers that are associated with a project when it's closed as they are onboarded. As far as how this works, I'll be demonstrating projects in Insightly CRM, a workflow that we call a recipe in our integration platform AppConnect, and I'll finish off with lists and journeys in the Insightly marketing product. So I'm starting here within the project. It's a fairly standard project with a pipeline up top, and one thing to note is that I've added a custom field that lets us know that for this specific project, we want to set the contacts as onboarded when this project closes. So it's this field right here. Now, this isn't necessary for it to work. We can have, let's say, all projects trigger the workflow, but I wanted to show that we can use any field to determine whether or not a workflow will run. When we move to the Related tab, we can see the contacts themselves and note that they, in this case, have not been onboarded. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to mark this project as closed. And what that's going to do is that's going to kick off that AppConnect recipe that updates the customers. So to show what that recipe is actually doing, I'm just going to go into this section. What you can see here is an AppConnect recipe. As far as how this workflow is working, it's currently being triggered by a custom button or a process within Insightly. And then for each of the specific items or links within that project, it's then getting all the contacts and updating existing entities. So we're updating all the contacts with the fact that they have been onboarded. Another thing I want to mention is you can see that I have these specific actions here. So this is, let's say, if you wanted a different workflow and an entirely separate application to run based on the project closing instead of for each contact, we can set that here. So we can just click here and define, let's say, if we wanted a DocuSign integration to confirm the project was fully complete when that project is closed, we can just add that in here. Conversely, let's say we wanted to have a different application get the data of each contact that's been onboarded. Say for a learning system that we want to have get the contact details once that they have been onboarded, we can set that in here since this is going through each contact. So this could be any of the hundreds of the applications that we have within here that could automatically have this connector, or we can make any custom connector for any application that has an open API. So this is how AppConnect fully enables seamless communications within Insightly and with all your other applications as well. And so these were a couple of examples, but you can put these actions pretty much wherever you want in this recipe. Going back to the project, we can see now that the contacts are onboarded. So now that we have those contacts marked as onboarded, I'll drill down into one of them specifically in the marketing platform. For example, I'll look at this Michael Scott contact. So switching over to the marketing side, you can see that I have this prospect, Michael Scott, which matches that contact, and we can see that that field has been onboarded, is triggered. This would then mean that we can add them to specific lists. So if I switch over to these onboarded customers list and I go to the list rules, we can see all of those prospects within that list. And what this will allow your marketing team to do is, now that they have all the onboarded customers in one list, they can now keep track of, create custom emails for, or have these prospects follow a specific campaign, which we call journeys. So just to scroll down, I can show that the specific contact, in this case Michael Scott, is in this list, as well as the other contacts that were associated with that previous project. Switching over to that campaign that we were discussing, we can then see the customer journey that we can have our onboarded customers follow. And then we can also show the different branches and paths that we can do depending on the actions they take. So for example, I can adjust a marketing score based on the prospect's behavior. I could also notify their customer success manager if they've opened an email, or we can even do something like add tasks if they're not responding to emails at all. So this allows you to keep your entire marketing, sales, and customer success teams in perfect alignment, and also reduce difficulty in communication or having customers fall through the cracks between teams. So this was a quick demo to show the flexibility and capability of Insightly's unified platform. If you have any questions on how this could be put into place for your system, or if you have any ideas for your own use case, please don't hesitate to ask our sales team.